What's happening, guys? How is it going? It is your boy Jack here, and we also have with us, of course, the savage of Toy Town himself, the butcher of White Orchard, some call him. Only on weekdays, though. We're back today. I am super looking forward to playing some Digimon with you guys. And although the antics of today aren't going to be that exciting, right? Let me talk you through that in just a second, but what we're going to do today, I am not particularly enthusiastic about. I mean, like I said, I'm super hyped to play Digimon with you guys, right? But what we're about to do is not one of my most favourite parts of the game. Was that English? I am not a big fan of where we're going, but at the same time, there are a lot of Digimon there that we're going to fight. We're going to do a lot of mandatory butt kicking as we do, and I'm going to take you guys on a little tour of Friesland. So in just a second, we're going to deposit some stuff in here that we don't want to lose if we were to pass away in Toy Town, in Friesland. Obviously, that's not going to happen, but you can't be too safe because sometimes your boy Jack here does tend to drop controllers and slip on banana peels and die sometimes, which, I mean, you know, it happens. I don't think we need too many recoveries. Let's see. Speaking of dropping controllers, my controller feels like I'm losing inputs. Do we have, yeah, plenty of autopilots, plenty of porta potties. Let's just go in here and top up on our medium recoveries real quick, because why the fuck not? We need to acquire some of these just to make sure that we are going to be safe and sound when out and about. We could buy some large recoveries, in fact. We haven't done that before. Is that worth it? We've got enough medium. Yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Let's buy some. Bleh. Let's buy 5. because that cost a lot more money than I was wanting it to cost. But who cares? We are going to meet you guys in Freezeland in just a bit. Let's scrap a very late intro to you guys, and we'll see you in just a little second. Alright, Burgemon, today, no, we don't want to go to Gear Savannah, or Great Canyon rather. As much as we love that hip place, we actually want to go to Friesland. Now, before, when we travelled into Friesland to talk to Garurumon, we travelled to Misty Trees. Now, I like doing that because, one, I think, was it cheaper there? I can't Sneaky bastard. Alright. Anyways, the reason I like travelling to Misty Trees and then walking into Friesland is because it's just nice. Where you get dropped to Misty Trees, you can just walk along to the right hand side, and then you're practically in the Garurumon area for fighting Garurumon. But we're not going to do Garurumon because that was last episode's adventures. We're just going to get plonked in the middle of Friesland. I think I know where we are. I think we're just above where you would go down to the ice cap place. Again, I'm not a huge fan of Friesland. Because it's one of the further away biomes in the game, then when you play it or my experience in playing it when I was younger, I don't have as much knowledge running about. Obviously, it's not a big area and we somewhat know where we're going, but if I take a few wrong turns, then you'll just have to forgive me, unfortunately, because I am a bit of a dumbass at times. Let's head down here. Yeah, so the ice caps are down to our right. We're going to head down to our left, and hopefully in just a little bit the sun will come up, because Friesland looks extra cold when it's nighttime, unfortunately. So, because our main man Ed here, not Phil, we're going to get that right this episode. Because our main man Phil, oh my god, cut that out. Because Ed is a vaccine type Digimon, we can head to this place down here. Now, if you look at this map here, once this little fat shit gets out of the way, the Ice Sanctuary is to our left here. Great Canyon South, Ice Sanctuary. Now, that is exactly where we are going, if you guys didn't already know. But I'm sure, because a lot of you guys are clever clogs, you knew exactly what our plans were at the end of the last episode. So, let's hopefully dodge past some of these guys and save ourselves some fights. Juking like a boss, we're going to tail this guy and hope he swings off, just like that. And here in the distance, we have the Ice Sanctuary. Now, this is called, I think it's like the Frost Cathedral or something like that inside Digimon World Next Order. But what you guys will see very soon is that this place has a lot of similarities to the Ice Palace or Frost Cathedral or whatever it's called in Next Order, the big ice fortress thing. It's not really a fortress, but you know what I mean. Actually, it starts to move. So here we've got this statue of what looks like an Angemon, right? And we can't interact with it, I don't think, right? But if we are to exit real quick, it turns out that Ed actually can interact with it, and he can push it aside to reveal a hidden trap. Now, we have a lot of square blocks on the ground here that if we walk over, nothing happens. And this place that we have just revealed is the only, like, exit out of this room other than the way we came in. So, let's have a look down here. Just a quick note on what we were saying a second ago. If we went a vaccine Digimon, it's just like the mansion. You cannot get in. Now, to get into the mansion, you need virus. For this place, you need a vaccine. So, let's find out who we've got in here. So, I know where we're going inside this place, but we'll just have a little look about because there are quite a lot of item computers that we can get. So, there's another large recovery. We have 6 in total now. Let's wait till this guy moves and then Juke past these guys. We actually don't want to be going up this way, but I'll take you guys on a quick tour anyway. That looks like an Ice Meramon, and he's probably strong. So we've got another computer here. Let's activate this. We've got another restore. Wait for this guy to go away. Come on, Finlay, on you go. Excellent. So we have 3 restores in total now as well. And we have this sort of exit, or what looks like a set of stairs downwards. Now, we don't need to go this way, but just for curiosity's sake, let's have a peek in here again. Again, my memory of the Ice Sanctuary isn't too great, but I know this isn't the right way to go. I just want to show you guys what we're cooking with down here. So that, to me, looks like a bit of training equipment, as does this. Now, this right here, is that a bathroom? I don't know if that's a bathroom. I think it might be. Holy shit. Let's leave this place for now. Can we actually access any more of this place? You will find in the Ice Sanctuary that there's a lot of what looks like hidden rooms and hidden places that you can actually access. That looks like another bit of training equipment, but I don't think it is. You guys just forgive me a minute. I'm just actually exploring this place for what feels like the first time in a long time. So let's just leave it there, because I think that's a dead end. There's the 2 bits of training equipment, and whether or not that is actually a bathroom or not, I have no fucking idea. But let's dodge down past these guys. If we were to have a Ice Digimon, which I would have loved to have had in this place, we could probably pick up a shit ton of moves from this guy. From these enemies, rather. But unfortunately, he hasn't the ability to learn any ice moves, so we're not really going to juke around with those boys too much. This is actually a path. It doesn't look like it, but again, if either 1, you know where you're going, or 2, you have Ezio's Eagle Vision from Assassin's Creed. I didn't mean to walk into this guy, but apparently, fucking hell, he was sneaky. It would be very difficult to spot this sort of area of the map, so let's challenge this guy, our first enemy inside the cathedral. Let's find out if this guy packs more of a punch than the Garurumon we just defeated only last episode. So as always, it sucks to get put in the paralysis box. We seem to be super prone to that, but maybe we can get one right back. This is a Winter's Blast that's going to hit us for very, very minimal damage because it is AoE. What I found out, or what I realised a bit, it was easier for me to see this when I was watching back last episode, but when we were in the arena doing the Ultimate Tournament last episode, I didn't realise at the time, but Megalospark was doing a lot more damage when powered up than Buster Dive was, and I don't know if that was because we were just fighting against a particular enemy who is weak to Megalospark, but for some reason, despite the fact that Buster Dive has a higher base damage, we seem to be doing a lot of good work with that ability. So along here we have this stone. Now, very similar to Next Order, that's going to teleport us to another part of the Ice Palace. So let's have a look down here just before we click that real quick, because again, there might be other things that we want to access, such as this item box. So let's click on this, and here, this guy is, come on, please game. Can I? Hello? Thank you. We have an Omnipotent, awesome. And we also have another little, what looks like teleporter stone down here. Fuck my life. Okay, we're just going to have to waste this guy. Alrighty. 2 Garurumons down. We're making quick work of this place by the looks of things. 900 bits isn't too great for, given that this guy's like a champion, you'd kind of hope that we would pick up more. The enemies inside the Ice Sanctuary are, or tend to be quite strong, so we have to keep that in mind. An Omni Disc this time, so we got a battle item. Just for you guys' information, if you were interested, the Omnipotent, which was the second last item we picked up, cures errors and recovers our HP and MP. So that is obviously a really, really powerful item, so we can hang on to that in times of a crisis. Let's click on this stone and see where it takes us. Again, transporting us to somewhere else randomly inside the palace. This area is extremely, extremely familiar to Next Order. If you can try and imagine the Frost Cathedrals. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this game. If you try and imagine the architecture, if you like, or the layout of inside the Frost Cathedral, this area is very, very similar. You can tell that when they designed the Frost Cathedral, that they took a lot of you know, inspiration from this part of Digimon World 1, which is actually really awesome to see. There's a lot of nostalgia value there, and I think a lot of players would have appreciated that. Let's survive box mode number 2 by the looks of things. And what we can maybe do here is if this guy hits us again, I don't want to use a large recovery and waste it because it actually cures 5,000 HP, so we will let our HP tick down a little bit more before we use one of those bad boys. Being expensive, 1,000 a pop. What have we picked up here? Some sort of item by the looks of things. Hygamon, or is that how you say that? Hyogamon dropped the sirloin. This icy motherfucker drops a bit of meat on us, so we're definitely going to pick that up because why not? Oh, that was you know our boy Ed sees a bit of food and then that's him ready to go. Holy moly. Alright, so you can see the way it bends up and to the left and then there's enemies here. Again, very similar. Let's see if we can juke past this guy. Are you going to be an asshole? Are you going to be... Yeah, you're going to be an asshole. Alright, nice. We're just going to have to fight these guys. Luckily, we do actually pick up the little enemy from the right-hand side, which is probably a Garurumon or something. Or is that another one of these guys? Let's find out. When he comes running into the battle. Oh, there it is. 10 years later. Can he actually get past? No, we've actually bottlenecked him a little bit. Let's use one of our large recoveries right here. Maybe once we take another hit here. Awesome. So we'll throw that, make sure Ed doesn't get into a sticky spot. And we'll also throw him some HP as well. Let's get some damage off here. Megalospark to the face would be nice. Again, ideally, in my mind, I would have loved to have raised some sort of Ice-type Ultimate Digimon and brought him here. Because again, there's so many abilities that we could pick up. I wanted to, ideally I would have liked to have raised a Mega Seadramon. Or Waru Seadramon, or however you would call him in this particular game. Because he's one of my favourite Ultimates, and it would have been super sick to bring him along here. And it just so happened we had 3 days left on Ed's life cycle. So in terms of furthering the plot of the game, I thought it just made sense to come here just now. Because although Ed isn't a nice Digimon, he is super strong, and it would be kind of cool to have him do other things other than just massacring Toy Town and winning Ultimate tournaments on his days off. So let's see where else we can go along here. Now, I am not sure, but the last stone that was in the other room that we did not take, I'm pretty sure that takes you back to the main entrance of the Ice Sanctuary. Now, we're still on the right path, and we have a lot of rooms here. Again, very, very similar to Next Order when you come into this room, and there's like Ice Meramon, and there's loads of different choices on where you can go. So we're going to pick up medicine here. We'll let our little snow Gotsumon friend piss off. And we have 4 different stones, I think. So we've got 1 there in that corner, 1 there in this corner, and then we've got 2 down here past the blue Meramon, respectively on each side. Oh, I did not mean to fight you. We will try and fight one of these guys at a time. Because I don't know how strong the blue Meramon are. I am guessing that they're extremely powerful, but who knows. I guess it doesn't really matter to battle as much. Because we will actually pick up some money for doing that, I guess. And it kind of makes sense to utilise Ed to try and generate some pennies while we still have him. But on the plus side, or on the flip side of that, I also want to try and keep it flowing for you guys as well. So he actually wasn't too big of a deal at all. The paralysis box actually came in super sick there, so nice job. And we actually pick up 1,700. So that's kind of the money pickups that I would kind of hope to pick up from these guys inside this area. So yeah, have we got 1 here? 1 there. I'm just checking we're not running past boxes, but I'm definitely sure there's 1 down in that corner. Holy shit, I am not got my Juke shoes on today. Alright, we're just going to fight this guy as well, I guess. Alright, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. How much did we get? 1,200? Not bad. Bit of stats as well, I guess, on the side. Now, I am 99% sure that the correct path is through this one here. Now, as you're coming to learn a lot from this playthrough, sometimes I'm completely wrong in these fronts, but yeah, we're actually in the right spot. So we've got 3 guys here that looks like we're going to have to fight, and we also have a stone in the middle. Now, I don't want to click that by accident. If we can, we get a super recovery. Let's have a look at that bad boy in our inventory. Down the bottom here, recovers your HP to full, so even better than our large recoveries. Let's hang on to that. And what else have we got here? A large MP, so it balances out. That's pretty cool. Let's juke around this. I don't actually know if you can click that stone in the middle, but for the most part, we're actually going to fight these guys because I think we have to. Can we actually walk through these guys? No. Worth a try. And the little Gotsumon, Ice Gotsumon, whatever his name is, Charlie in the middle there decides that he's got to run home to tidy up his knitting needles before his family come home and find out what he's been up to. we are going to just clobber these guys in a second. When Ed manages to land some abilities, it's actually quite good that we have muscle charge on for times like this, because when Ed is confused, there's a 1 in 3 chance that he actually just uses something beneficial rather than shooting his Megalo sparks off to the left hand side or right hand side of the screen here. So this isn't going too bad. I think this is meant to be the quote unquote boss fight of this area, so unfortunately there is no big badass insane Digimon that we have to fight, which I actually think would have been kind of cool here. But I guess the game kind of assumes that because, I'm just going to use a medium recovery here, because the enemies in this area are quite tough, not insanely tough for us and Ed with the ultimate form. If you were to bring a champion here, you would have a lot of a harder time. You'd probably have to burn through a lot more items to sustain yourself, and it would be quite an expensive trip all round. So why there's not a boss in this area, I'm not sure, but at the same time, we're not going to complain too much. Now, if you've probably noticed down the bottom of the screen, we have this glowing sort of orb. Let's find out what's going on with this, because this is unusual. Can we interact with that? Well, we're going to, let's just make sure there's nothing round about it. Alright, let's click on this and see what this does. Oh, it's so blinding. Oh, what is that? Are you looking at your new Nikes? Sorry, let's start again. Someone Mon, right? So there's a mystery voice. He who seeks my help, the time has come. I give you the blessings of my wings. Alright, that's very eloquent. What the, where, whose voice? So we're just running about like a dumbass in the light. What was that? The light is gone and there's nothing else here. Does that mean that it's above? So, we've obviously descended into the ice palace, if you like. Now we're going to head back the way we came, and head back to the starting area to find out if we can proc anything. Now, it's thrown us back to this area here. One of the other orbs that we haven't clicked on is going to take us back to the starting area, and I have no idea which one it is. So let's just try. Would it be too easy to try the one just on the left here? Let's actually, nope. Okay, I want to actually get past one of these guys without actually having to fight them. So if you wouldn't mind pissing off, that would be excellent. I am not going to get past your ass, am I? You got that shit locked down. Never mind, kappa, kappa, kappa. Oh, you son of a bitch. Alright. Classic. Absolutely classic. Again, my Jukes of the Ice Factory are extremely rusty by the looks of things. It's going to take 600 damage to the face and continue to muscle charge up like he doesn't give a fuck. Now, we don't actually probably need to use a large recovery. We definitely wouldn't have if I was a good player, but you know what? We bought our items to come in and use in this area, so we mean as well just get some stats back. And we're going to just, for the sake of simplicity, click on this orb here. Now, I don't know if this is going to take us back to the start, but who cares really? We can have a wander about. I'm not too fussed about that. Let's find out where this mysterious passage takes us. Clickety clickety clippity clop. Are you going to be the right orb? Unlikely, knowing our luck. But oh, this actually works out. So it's taking us down to the training area, which is kind of cool. Let's maybe we can interact with some of these in just a second. But for the most part, let's go back and further what we have actually meant to be doing here in the sanctuary. So if we nip back down, we might have to do it. Can we skip past you? That would be ideal. And past your friend as well. Oh my god, out of nowhere, the kamikaze blue Meramon. Okay, sick. Dude, it's like I'm not even trying. It's like you guys, every time you guys are like, you know when you're watching someone play video games, right? I was watching someone play Sonic the Hedgehog 1 on stream earlier, and when he was in the bonus level, trying to collect the emeralds, my heart was in my mouth every time he looked like he was going to hit one of the little red glowing exit doors. I don't know if any of you guys have any idea what I'm talking about, but some of you guys have definitely played Sonic. When you guys are watching me try and dodge past these guys, I just imagine you thinking, fuck's sake, he's done it again. What a fucking idiot. So, yeah, you guys, I do apologise, but, you know, sometimes Jack's just extra shit at video games. It just depends how he's feeling. Let's try and clean up this fight real quick. And try and move on to see what we're actually meant to be doing. Insane blocks coming out for our little friend here. Let's just drop. Oh, we can't actually do that because we've run out of MP. Grand. Let's use one of these then. Dude, Ed actually smashes through MP with his 2 abilities. And it doesn't help when this little guy's going to block every move under the sun. let's just hit defense, wait for this guy to attack, and then we're going to proc her. We're just going to, okay. We're just going to proc her ult. And it's going to be shit as always. Holy fuck. One day, again, in the future, guys, we will have a full ultimate bar, I promise you. Before this series is done, it's happening. Maybe. So, 2,900, I guess that's cool. That was only 2 enemies, so that means there's probably another Meramon down here that I really don't want to fucking get in a fight with. Is that right? Let's have a look. We'll see if he walks in the screen here. Is he here? No. Okay. And Phil needs the bathroom as well. Now, I think that was a bathroom that was down in the little starting area, but we've also got another porta potty, so it doesn't matter too much. Oh, about that statue. So, Angemon's statue is no longer here. What the fuck? Wow. And here comes what I like to call bobblehead Angemon. You know, like the Fallout bobbleheads, the Vault Boy. Look at the size of this motherfucker's head. How does he get through doorways? Anyways, he's looking pretty ripped, so we'll give him a bit of respect for that. You came back to life. Alright, sound. What have you been up to? I'm Angemon, an angel to protect you. I've awakened to fulfill my duty. Dude, that would have been so much better a minute ago if you could have protected us from all the fucking fuckboys that have been running about inside the Ice Sanctuary. I know the truth of heaven. Okay, alright. We've got a badass over here. I offer my soul to follow earthly instructions. Well, that sounds like you've been playing Scrabble with the devil, and I don't know if I want to be talking to you about that. What's he talking about? Are you coming to the city? So Angemon, in his wisdom, claims that he knows all about heaven, the truth of, like, the facts of life, and we're just like, dude, shut the fuck up. Are you coming to the city or not? Thine mission is mine duty, I go. So Angemon, like an absolute Shakespeare sonnet, decides that he's going to be all poetic on us and go to the city. So, thank you, Angemon. I hope you have fun there, chilling with Digimon. It must be quite an exchange going from chatting with Jesus and then chatting with Digimon. I mean, maybe they're the same person, who knows. Right, so for the most part, Ice Sanctuary, donezo. We can check that off our list. Now, I am just going to quickly, for the sake of fun and games, run back in here. There are all these fools planting about, but if I was lucky, and oh my god, these guys are fucking relentless. Can I just please... No. We're going to go back and have a look at that training items, or training apparatus. I'll see you guys in just a second. Love heart to the face. Do you know what's actually happening, guys? It turns out that I'm actually just playing a game of opposites, and instead of dodging all the enemies, I'm purposefully trying to run into them. You know it's true. It's actually not. I'm just really shit at the game. I'm sorry. Right. There is another fucking idiot up here. If we run into this guy, I'm uninstalling the game for life. Please just don't. Just settle down. See, a lot of these enemies tend to have, like, patterns in which way they run and stuff. Some of them just look like they're fucking on, like, hash or something. They're all over the place. Let's actually see if we can have a look at some of this training, because sometimes when you go into special areas, the training items or training apparatus that they have, that answers that question. That's not actually a bathroom. It's just a giant glass cube that we're gonna shove about. Yeah, sometimes when you come into these areas, you actually get, like, special training buffs, or you get extra points for training using the special equipment. So this is just gonna drop a fucking ice stalactite or stalagmite. I forget which is which, but we're just gonna drop massive ice spikes on Phil, or on Ed rather. Not again. And that looks a bit painful. I don't know if we want to subject the lad to any more of that. That looks super painful. Let us just autopilot back to the city real quick and check in on our boy Angemon and see what he's up to, if he's doing anything useful. When we get back here, we can also have a snooze as well and rest up, get some of our stats back. So it is evening time. We will get up early in the morning and go chapping on Angemon's door to see if he's actually awake. Surely if he's from some sort of higher powered place, if you like heaven or somewhere exciting like that, then surely he wouldn't have to go to sleep, right? If he's an angel, do angels sleep? Who knows? I'm not an angel. And here we are. So we've got Digimon and Angemon standing together. Welcome back, Wolfie. I'm Digimon's record keeper. Ah, I see. I record Digimon's info and give it to you. Like how many lines of cocaine he does every night, that kind of info. I don't know. If you don't know what to do, ask me and I'll tell you where to go. Okay, not that we need your advice, but let's see what I know. Talking to a Digimon who loves hot places, or who loves hot places to a cold place, is against the rules, but... And then... I guess that's advice. I think we kind of knew that, but in misty trees an early rising Digimon may appear. Well, we kind of know that. We haven't found that Digimon yet, but that's good to know. Help Digimon that love to collect things. Try going to Friesland. Now that is actually useful because we haven't actually investigated that. Maybe we could follow that up right now actually and see how... Let's tie up our Friesland episode by going and having a little look at that. Now we've just came back from Friesland obviously, so it would be kind of weird to just jettison back, but to make up for that I guess Vegemon's going to drop 5 sirloins on us. That's pretty sick. Have our daily check-in on Dromojimon, who is actually back. Awesome. So that was quite good. I actually saw a couple of people down in the comments saying, note to Jack and Ed, Dromojimon left on this day. Thank you so much. You, sir or madam, are an absolute legend because I always forget that shit. So, last time we spoke to this guy, after his 10-day expedition, or whenever it was that he was away for, he brought us back a brain chip. Let's see what he's got for us this time. This was 10 days. Let's see if it can live up to the hype of the brain chip. So we get an omnipotent, right? I mean, like, I guess that's cool because now we have 2 omnipotents. It just feels a bit meh, Dromojimon. Not to throw your hard work away. But let's stick this guy on another 10-day expedition and then talk about this, right? Not to smash on our boy here for bringing us back an omnipotent because we're kind of pleased about that. I just like when he brings us back some exciting stuff like Digivolution items and things like that. That's just me. Let's go back to Friesland and have more of an investigation because we could do a bit more of a digging about on this episode because I think we've got a bit of time. So, in fact, we are not going to do that straight away because I don't have any porta-potties left. So let's quickly nip in and do that. We'll get back up with you guys once I buy that and we'll come back to Burdramon. Alright, so we're back in Burdra Transport. Burdramon, what's up, buddy? We need you to take us to Friesland again. There it is there. Friesland's slightly cheaper than Misty Trees, so that answers that question from earlier. I also would like to point out a very, very important part of... Oh, twice in one episode. This has got to stop. I want to point out a thank you to one of you guys down in the comments who actually pointed out that when I had a bit of stress about Dromojimon and his fucking expeditions in the past, I was so confused as to why he took longer than 10 days despite being on a 10-day quote-unquote expedition. Oh, look at that. What an absolute boss, Ed. Smash these fools. Because we recruited Gabumon, we apparently altered the pool of items that Dromojimon can like search from when he goes off and does his hunting. And then because of that, it reset how long he was away for. So instead of him being away for just the 10 days, we added on whatever amount of days we had to begin with when we recruited Gabumon. So that was actually quite good to know. So thank you to whoever left that down in the comments. I actually know who it was, but you also know who you are. Thank you. So we are going to basically kick these guys' butts eventually once they stop two-timing us in the fucking corner here. And we're going to have a little look about Friesland because we've kind of neglected that somewhat. And although there's not a lot for us to do right now, we can actually interact with a couple of important things and just clear some stuff up because we've done Gururumon, we kicked his ass, we've beat Penguinmon, we've done Huemon and the bandits, and that honestly only leaves a couple of things left. So we've just been told by our friend Angemon, who's dropping rumours on us left and right. Can we that would be great. No, never mind. He told us that there is someone to trade with in Friesland, so let's go and investigate who that is. Now, where we need to go is down the way. I know it's down the way, but we're also going to run real quick up here and to the left. I'm going to show you guys something else that's quite exciting about here. It's not really super exciting, but I'm going to show you guys it. Now, if I don't juke some of these guys today, I'm going to be the laughingstock of all of YouTube. This right here looks like an interesting little house here. There's definitely what looks like a doorway cut into that pile of snow, and then there's this bucket on a pole. I don't know what that's meant to represent. Is that like... Oh my fucking goodness. Kill me. Actual kill me. So, we have something here. It's definitely some sort of Ice Digimon's house. That's going to come into play at some point later on in the series. We can't actually do anything with it right now, but we're definitely going to come back to that at some point. We have 3 medium MPs left, so if we don't start dodging battles, we're going to be completely out of money. As ironic as that is, given how expensive MPs are, or MP items are, and how fast that our boy Ed cuts through MP items. So we can also actually talk about Ed's health right now, because Ed has approximately 2 days left of his life cycle. He's going to probably pass away when he's 19. He's 17 right now, and so that's something that we need to consider. What Digimon are we going to take next? Now, obviously, we kind of discussed in the past that we want to investigate the mansion a bit more thoroughly, so it kind of makes sense that we try and aim for some sort of ultimate virus type Digimon. Now, I've got in mind who I would like to pick, but again, I'm always happy to hear what you guys have to say. So if there's anyone in particular that you would like, or if you see someone commenting who they would like to see down in the comments, you can give them an upvote, and then hopefully if there's an overwhelming majority, I'll know what to do. But if not, I know who I want to pick, and we can maybe go for that down that Digivolution chain, assuming all goes to plan. Now, we're here to look for a trader. This little guy here is Mojimon, and he's one of them. I'm a collector. If you want, if you got a thing I want, I'll trade. So, Mojimon here can trade us a bunch of items. We have a Digimushroom and a Super Carrot, so we can trade him 2 things here, and we also have a Happy Mushroom. Let's, for the sake of funsies, let's trade him a Digimushroom for a medium recovery, because that sounds like an insane deal. We also want to trade him a Super Carrot for an Omnipotent, because we have unlimited access to Super Carrots in the village, and Omnipotents are actually pretty good. So we pick up a 3rd Omnipotent in this episode, which is kind of strange. Now, we don't have the last item for this little guy right now, but it's not a big deal. We can always come back with that later on and grab that at some point. Now, there's not just one Mojimon in Friesland in this little ice cap area. There's actually a few. So let's have a look and see if we can find any more. Now, I think we can just head down here, and hopefully we will bump into them. The good thing is about this area is that there's no enemies kicking about down here, so you can't actually fuck this up. So we've got a Mojimon here, and we've got another one down to the left. So let's actually have a look. This is just a dead end, which is cool. Let's talk to this guy. And in a minute, we're actually going to talk about something special that you can do with the Mojimons. So, Mojimon number 2 wants a giant meat, a black trout, and a high-speed disc. And for that, he will give us an autopilot, a restore, and a medicine. So these are actually quite good trades as well. Restores are actually pretty expensive, so it'd be kind of cool to trade off some of those. Now, this 3rd Mojimon is perhaps the most important of all. Let's talk to this guy and see what kind of trades he's got going on over here. So, this guy will give us, we can give him a medium recovery for a special defense disc. We can give him an omnipotent for an offense disc, and we can also give him a Digichove for a super speed disc. Now, the reason this guy is super important, let's do some of these trades right now. We can give him a medium recovery, because we've got plenty of those. And we can also give him a omnipotent, because we have lots of those as well. And we're going to get a super offense disc back. Now, the reason these guys are important is because this Mojimon right here is the guy that I was talking about, who is important for doing the money glitch trick, right? And the way this works is if you give this guy enough, what was it, like medium recoveries, then you can actually buy a stack of medium recoveries from the store. I think they're like 500 each. Let's just go and confirm that real quick. And the item that he gives you back, you can sell back to the shop here in File City for a much, much higher amount of money and make quite a large profit. So, to buy a medium recovery is 500, and to sell the super offense disc, which he's just given us, is it a super? It's one of the two, either the speed one or the offense disc. It's the offense disc, sells for 2,000, so you've got a profit of 1,500 there, okay? So a lot of people will just come in here and they will just basically make a ton of money from that Mojimon. Now, the way Mojimon works is because there's 3 of them, not all 3 of them can come to the city, right? It is the last Mojimon that you complete that will join the city. So, in order to leave the money option open for us and have unlimited access to that, the last Mojimon that we just spoke to there is one of the ones that we want to complete first. Because if we complete him last, he is going to come and join the city, and then we lose the ability to continually trade with him and access that money function if we want. Now, I imagine at some point we won't have a lot of need for money, but I'm thinking that in the future, when we come into our next cycle, actually, after Ed passes away, we might actually want to have a lot of money for buying a lot of food buffing items. I want to buy a lot of super carrots, and I want to buy a lot of hawk radishes from Vegemon, right? And the reason for that is so that we can make a really, really strong Digimon and power that motherfucker up as much as possible. So let's stick our Omnipotents in here, our Omnidiscs, and definitely our medicine, because we have no need for that right now. And we're going to hang on to all the other stuff that we usually need. Now, we are kind of stockpiling some of these important items, but we can always come back for that. So that's Mojimon in a nutshell. We can go back and complete him maybe at the start of the next episode or something. We can grab the items that we need and make sure we get that rounded off. But for the most part, we visited the Ice Sanctuary today, guys. Again, not one of my favourite areas in the game, normally because the enemies are so fucking hard to... They're not that hard to dodge, right? I'm a fucking idiot, but they are very sporadic in their movements, and as you can see, you end up getting in a lot of battles with those guys, which can be a bit of a time-consuming adventure. Anyways, we've got it over and done with. We got Angemon, we had a look at Mojimon, and we also interacted with that little ice cabin in the snow. That's going to be important very soon. So, that being said, thank you guys for watching this episode. We will be back tomorrow with something else exciting, potentially picking a new Digimon. Who knows? You guys can let me know what you thought down in the comments. If you want to leave me and Ed a like, that would be awesome, and I will see you guys next time. See you guys, bye.